Well, thank you all very much this morning. Thank you, Commander Tina and the Sun City Posse for having me here. And I'm gonna have to talk with the hands because I am Italian, so get used to that really quickly. Again, I am Justine. This is Teresa. We are here to give you information about a place for mom and what we can do for you. Of course, the biggest question is how many people have heard of a place for mom? Wow, that's actually pretty good. All right, the next best question though is, do you really know what we do? There, that's the question. That's what I need to answer today, except for you, Miss Melissa. There you go. That's why we are here today, to give you information about what a place for mom can do for you, your family, your loved one, your caregiver. Also, can you guys hear me back there okay? Yep. Okay, good. So just a little bit of information about me. I am a physical therapist. I did home health for about 22 years. I was a rehab director, an orthopedic director, and then recently for the last couple of years I went back to patient care. Seeing patients again, especially in that home, really brought to the forefront that when we needed to make a change for some reason, myself, my loved one, or that neighbor, maybe your neighbor because of where we live, they shouldn't be in that home anymore. And they didn't know where to begin. They got overwhelmed. They're like, well, my loved one's getting sick. I don't know what to do. I don't even know where to turn to when I need information for that next step. And that is what a place for mom can help you with. So go ahead. Oh, that's right, I have it, don't I? There we go. So I am the local representative for a place for mom, so I am the liaison. I go to the hospitals and I talk to the nurses, the social workers, the discharge planners. We then communicate about what they're seeing in the hospital in regards to some of our older adults or our seniors. They see them come in and out of the hospital frequently, maybe due to medication changes, or they're having more sickness or illness. Or again, they see these same people coming in frequently with their loved one. And all of a sudden that caregiver, that social worker, and that nurse is determining this loved one or caregiver looks really overwhelmed. They've been in with this person numerous times. Maybe something's going on at home that we need to think about. Also too, those nurses and discharge planners and myself will then talk about what may be that next level of care for them if that's what they may need. So when you look at the screen, what do you see? Chaos. Who said it? Who said it? That to me, this slide drives me crazy. And the reason why, it is chaotic and it's overwhelming. And I think this is a good way to represent how we feel, or we as that caregiver, that family, we just get overwhelmed. We have no idea what to do at a time when we do need to help our loved one or our neighbor, our family. So just a quick scenario that happens frequently is you, your friend, someone gets a UTI, urinary tract infection. Of course, it's on a Saturday, your primary doctor is not available, so you go to the hospital. They're like, oh yes, you have one. They also figure out you're a little bit dehydrated. They take care of you. 2 or 3 days later, you're great, you go home. A couple weeks later, unfortunately, this same thing happens again because maybe it wasn't treated appropriately. So then you're back in the hospital again. They're like, oh, we just saw you a couple weeks ago. Well, I'm not better. Same thing now, you've had that UTI for a little bit longer, you're a little bit weaker, you can't really go home, so now comes the rehab part of it. You gotta go someplace to get better. 3 weeks later, you're like, this is great, I'm gonna go home again. And what happens again? 3 weeks later, they're back in the hospital because it wasn't managed, or I hate to say something else comes up. Like again, maybe you get pneumonia or something else happens and you get back in the cycle. After that cycle a couple of times, someone's gonna finally say, you're not managing at home, so we probably need to help you, and maybe going back home is not the place. Not someplace like a place for mom can help you give information to the families and the caregivers what may be next. So again, I hate the slide, but it says a lot. So the best part of it, so now I get to talk about what a place for mom can do for you. So we are that expert, we have that expert knowledge to help you, your family members, your caregivers, again, or maybe that neighbor, find that next best place for you. And I love this, is it better? Can everybody see this? This is like my Norma Ray moment. You remember that movie, Norma Ray? At Sally Fields. So this is no cost to you and your families, your caregivers. Our goal is to give you information about what is available for you to that next level of care, again, if you can't stay home. So again, we help those discharge planners, those case managers give you the information. We are that local, I should say, I am your local representative, so anything here in the Northwest Valley, if you have questions about, you can call me directly. We also have numerous communities here in the Valley, but because we are a national company, we have 17,000 communities, something like that, about 17,000 communities all over the country. And which is nice about here because we have so many snowbirds, so if your family wants to get you back home, we can help transition you to someplace back home. And again, here comes this word again. Here you go, no cost to you, la 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 la. Okay, no cost to you. You can see, again, this is just some more information that talks about more specifically here in Phoenix. We've helped about 8,000 people find a new community or a new home. We have locally, I think only 30 communities locally, but that may be just in the West Valley because we have a ton more all over the valley. And our goal is just to get information to you so that you as the family, caregiver, loved one, whoever it may be, can be proactive in regards to what you want when you have to make that change. Not reactive because again, now you're in the hospital. I hate to use this word, someone's gonna force you then having to move someplace else. Am I doing okay with time? Okay. Okay, so what's next? Did I turn it off by accident? Oh, did I turn it off? Oh, I did. Sorry about that. That's what happens in the morning. Okay. Yeah. So all of this information means is that our goal is to get you to that next care option. Up here on the screen tells you all of the communities that we can help get you to if it's the right one for you. Assisted living, I'm sure everybody heard of assisted living. It's part of that continuum of care. Basically, assisted living just is, you get to a community and you just need a little bit extra care. Most of that care comes from having medication management, you just need a little bit of help with your meds. But also too, if you need help, what we call in the therapy world, medical world, ADLs, those activities of daily living, which is your bathing, dressing, showering, toileting, those kind of things that you may be helping with. So you just need a little bit extra care to make sure that you're safe there. What's nice about all these assisted living communities now, they're nothing what they used to be a long time ago. There is so much happening in these communities. Every morning there's usually some kind of exercise. In the afternoon, there's a happy hour, I feel like. There's music, they bring in people, there's bingo, there's cards. You name it, you can almost do anything you like in these communities, which is great because now you're around other people. You can socialize or not, depends on what you want to do. So assisted living could be a good option. Memory care, of course, is specifically designed for our patients who do have memory loss, and that usually is that big umbrella we call dementia. Okay, that's the umbrella. Then you have those categories underneath dementia, which happen to be Alzheimer's is probably the biggest one that we know of. Maybe Lewy body dementia is another one people have heard of. Parkinson's type memory loss, and there's a couple more, of course, but the biggest thing is that dementia umbrella. Memory care communities are specifically designed to take care of those people. Everybody who works there, from the front office person to the maintenance person, those kind of things, all understand how to take care of a person with memory losses, whether it's agitation, whether it's wandering, whether it's exit seeking, whether it's whatever it may be at that point in time. But they know how to manage that type of community and that person, so it's a great place to go. Independent living is just that. You just so decide, I don't want to live in my house anymore. I don't want to take care of my yard. I don't want to change my light bulb. I don't want to do with the plumbing. I don't want to do any of that kind of stuff anymore. So you can just go to an independent community. You can have your own apartment. They usually supply you at least one meal a day, maybe two, but the same thing, they'll have all the activities that you want. So just don't have to do it at home, you just do it at a community. The other here is private duty home care. Now that is for someone who wants to go home, they feel like they can manage, but they need a little bit extra help, so they have someone, an outside resource, come in and help their loved one or themselves with, again, activities of daily living. That bathing, that dressing, that that showering, toileting, as well as sometimes they'll clean the house or do some other things in the home, all right? And the last one here about placement is residential care homes. We may used to call them maybe adult group homes, but the residential care home actually sounds kind of nice. This is more of a smaller community. Most houses have been turned into a residential care home. They can range from 5 people up to 15 people or so. The good thing about residential care homes is there's someone there 24/7 for you. So there's always somebody there to manage and take care of of your loved one or whoever's there. And some people just need that 24-hour care. So that is how we can help you, a place for mom, get that next care senior option available to you. So just quickly on statistics here, I love numbers, so I gotta throw these out a little bit. So being a therapist, these just kind of go right to me. So again, as we get, I hate to say this, as we get a little bit older, 60% of us need help with our medication management. And usually what happens is you've had your medicine for years and all of a sudden, your manufacturer changes the color of the pill. Now you don't know which one it is. So then you're taking maybe something at the wrong time, didn't realize it. So then you're like, why don't I feel good? Because I just took my meds. That's usually something that happens. And again, most people, at 55% of people need help with bathing. And why? What has happened in the past? Falls, exactly. Someone you love or someone your neighbor has fallen before in the bathroom. So as we get a little bit older, we get a little bit more scared because we sure don't want to fall because that just complicates everything. Most people, like about 50% of people, will use a walker or a cane. You can still be very, very independent, but again, you're using those devices just because you don't want to fall, but you still want to be independent, which is great. The last thing about, one of these things about memory loss, which is kind of crazy, is like 48% of the people have been diagnosed with memory loss. And I feel that the reason why is we have so much more information and testing available to us, so we can really get to the nitty-gritty of what's going on. And of course, almost 70% of those 40% people are diagnosed with some kind of dementia, whatever that is. And again, the last thing that people need help with is that toileting. The toileting usually is more in deference to incontinence, so they're having difficulty getting to the bathroom timely. So as they're trying to rush there, all of a sudden they find themselves not making it there. So that becomes also an issue with falling. So can I read that? Am I okay on time? So here's just a testimony from someone who sent this in from us, so a caregiver. When my mom was released from the hospital, our family could no longer give her 24 care. I called the place for mom and an advisor quickly found options and set up appointments for us that day. My advisor guided me through the difficult process of placing mom where she could get the best care. So again, our goal is to coordinate with you, the family member, whoever it is, again, to get you to that next best place for your senior options, your care options. And this is, I'm getting toward the end here. So this is, I only have 2 brochures back here for you. One is a caregiver guide, which I love this brochure because even though the information on both of them are the same, on the front part of this one, it talks about things that may be changing in the home or things that you've come to realize that maybe something's going on with your loved one, or your neighbor, whoever it may be. And you may have to think about down the road, making a decision to get them to someplace else, wherever that may be, or those places we have talked about. And again, our goal is just to make sure that I want you to understand is in this situation, I wanted to give you information so you can be, again, proactive about where you would like to go when the time change. You want information now knowing you're not gonna move 6 months from now? Absolutely fine. I just don't want you to have to make that decision, again, because you're in a position where someone's making you make that decision. Hey, God, that was awesome. Anyway, so again, I am Justine with A Place for Mom. This is Teresa. I will be here for questions afterwards. Actually, no, I'm okay for questions. Okay. But again, does anybody have a quick question now? I will be here afterwards too, once you guys are all done, if you have any other questions. Yeah.
Do you guys help them with applying for like Alltech or any information with insurance?
So when it comes to this, which I didn't probably say, is again, when we talk to these communities, it's private pay. So we do talk to you about your finances to find out what you have available. Alltex is a beast within itself, as we all know. And if you don't, Alltex requires 2 separate entities. You have to qualify financially, and then you have to qualify medically. So part of that comes in, you have to make sure those are there. And I haven't been able to get, I'll be honest for myself, because I'm still new at this, haven't been able to get through the Alltex information and processes. We do have some communities that will take Alltex pending, but again, someone would already have to have that application in already. So, and I do have people that help, so I do have a couple people that can help with that. Yeah, yeah, it is very, very good, because I've even had to go through Alltex applications. Again, it's a beast. And if you don't know what's going on, it is just challenging. So. Awesome. Well, again, thank you all for coming this morning. Thank you, Ms. Commander Tina and the Sun City Posse, and I appreciate all your time. Have a good day.